is this 23, 24?
I don't know, 104.
Yeah,
No, it
seems like
is.
it. We are. Which one is it? 24?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah, 24. Wow.
I think.
Yeah.
Or is it 23?
Yeah. Hey, before we get any started, I just want to say, last Saturday, the 17th, my youngest daughter got married.
Oh,
It was a
yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
ceremony in Stroudsburg, and it was very nice. And she's on her honeymoon right now in Scotland. But
Scotland. How did they
yeah,
pick Scotland?
oh, it's a long story. They something to do with they were there last year, and the ticket got screwed up, and they had to use a ticket to go there. But they love it anyway. They're going to be there for
Oh, I'm sure.
about 10 days.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
was there, guys. It was very, very
Oh,
nice.
you were there in Scotland?
No, I was in your daughter's
Oh, at the
wedding.
wedding. Oh, yeah.
I'm Italian. What am I going to go to Scotland for?
Right.
Yeah.
And guess what? Rod Stewart's 80 years old, and he won the American Music Awards last night. It was,
Last night they
yeah,
were on,
they
right?
were on last night, and he won the what do you call it? It's like a
American Music Awards.
lifetime award.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got
Wow.
8 children. 5 of them were on stage with him. But
Wow.
yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been around
80
a
years
long time.
old. Oh
You
my
know, our
God.
our era of music, these guys are still pumping it out.
Oh, they are.
Aerosmith, Stones,
Yep.
you know.
And it's a shame we hear about Billy Joel.
Yeah,
That's
he's got some kind of
yeah,
mental brain thing going
yeah,
on that could be fixable. But
right.
right now he canceled every concert out there. So
Yeah,
for you Billy Joel fans, let's say some prayers. He's not doing too good, but
yeah. That's a shame.
hopefully he'll recover.
Is it the same type of thing that like Bruce Willis has got,
I'm
or
not
something similar?
similar. Yeah, it's a rare type thing, but
Right.
he's going to focus on getting better, and maybe
Sure.
he'll be back,
Yeah.
which would be great. Yeah, you remember? Hold on, you remember the movie 10?
Yes.
What was it?
Bo Derek and then
Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore.
That was a sad case of the same thing.
Oh, he died of something similar
Well,
to that?
yeah, and he lost his ability to play the piano, which was his whole life.
Oh, yeah.
And you know,
That was his
eventually
whole
he just
life. Yep.
deteriorated
Remember him
down.
in Arthur? I thought it was so
Arthur,
good.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was such a great movie.
yeah,
But yeah, 10 was a great movie. I mean, that was
yeah,
really good.
yeah. It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It was good.
Speaking of love affairs and things like that, did you see the president of France, Macron?
I saw
He's coming
a
off of a
clip.
plane. They land in Vietnam. I guess he's doing some diplomat thing.
Right.
And the door opens of the plane, and he's ready to come out, and all of a sudden he gets socked by his wife. And I
Yeah.
didn't know this. His wife is 74. He's in his 40s. His
She's
wife met
7.
him when he was in high school. She
She's
was like
7.
39 or something like that.
Usually, isn't there like the Belichick thing? It's
Right.
27. He's 84
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, everything. She was married before, had some kids, 3 or 4 kids, I forget. But then she met him. I think her husband passed, and she met him, and they've been together since.
Oh, maybe not too much longer.
No, I mean not too much longer. Yeah, Anyway, the door opens up on the plane, and all the cameras are there.
all you
They're
see
all
is her
looking at him,
hands, right?
and all of a sudden you see her hand go bam and like punch him or push him away in the face, and he's so like
Embarrassed,
surprised,
right?
but all of a sudden he looks, he sees the camera, and he goes, "Hey,
Hey, how you
like
doing?
nothing happened."
Yeah. Now, if he was doing that to her, the whole place would be in an
Oh
uproar.
yeah, the whole
Right?
place, everybody would be all up in arms, and oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, that's listen. Before I wanted to say before we get to the ambush office,
Yeah, the ambush.
the ambush office. That's a new word. That's new word for the Oval Office now.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, a couple months ago was Nazi. A couple months before
Yeah.
that, it was
yeah, the Nazis'
whatever.
office, and
Yeah.
yeah. So before we get into that, I wanted to say something to our crowd out there, all our fans, 3,000 plus, whatever it is. You know, we welcome comments all the time.
hmm
Uh, I have to say though, I don't tolerate you're dumb, stupid thing. You know, name calling is for babies. Let's keep it clean.
Yeah,
Bill and I both entertain both sides of the fence here.
that's right.
So while you guys are constantly putting the negative stuff on us, we're trying to put the positive spin, and you guys are doing a positive spin with Biden and Kamala or whatever, and that's fine. That's what this whole show's about. It's
Right.
about to share different ideas, but no need to attack us personally. So let's keep the comments nice, and
Yeah.
you're welcome to your comment. And you know what? Frankly, tonight you're going to see a different Joe because there's some things I do not agree with, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
Right.
But just so you know, some of Biden's accomplishments, right? Because they always trash Trump. So
Right.
here's some of Biden's accomplishments. Allowed 15 million unvetted illegals into the country.
Yep.
Now, he did that. Historic inflation rate, record high gas prices in all 50 states,
Yeah.
not just Jersey.
Yeah. Right.
Record high consumer debt, which is true. The credit cards have been going. Now, I'm going to say this too. I'll interrupt myself here. Biden has done a lot. I looked at some of his good accomplishments, and there are some things that he did that I think were pretty cool and don't get enough exposure.
But did he really do them, or somebody else in the
Well,
office?
that's what I was going to bring up too. This is the big scandal going on here
Oh,
is
boy,
that
it
he's been
is.
out of it for quite some time, and
Yeah.
somebody's using that pen, and we don't know who. And some of those unvetted illegals were terrorists into the country. The Ukraine war, Russian war, started under him.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. It just started when he was in president.
Sure.
Israel-Hamas war started with him. Disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Well, we hear Trump talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Violent crime skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Tried to jail his political rival in
Yeah.
the name of democracy. Now, going to say it on the other side of the fence too. Trump is investigating a lot of his enemies too
Right.
today. But there's some real meat to what he's got compared to what Biden tried to do.
Without a doubt.
With 32 felonies, world drop basically. They didn't do nothing about it.
Right.
It's crazy. Lied to the American public about Joe's decline, and that's not his fault. That's everybody around him, including the press, CNN, and all those guys, just denying Joe completely.
They were like in bed with him. I mean, they were
Yeah.
just defending him right and left. I mean, it was ridiculous. Everybody could see that. The public could see that on TV, his decline, and
Right.
I mean, it was just horrible.
It was sad.
Yeah.
Declared war on American energy. Now, this is the time when they love Teslas.
Yeah.
Then when Trump got in and got rid of, no mandatory electric cars, then it was like, scratch his car. Record low test scores for K through 12 students, which is not just his fault. That's been happening for quite some time.
That's right.
And the most unpopular president in VP in history, supposedly.
Well, I would say he's probably the second to the worst president. First one was James Buchanan before Lincoln. He's the one that made basically the Civil War start.
Well, I wasn't there then, so
And right.
my
We
opinion
weren't
doesn't
around
count.
then, but Biden, it was absolutely, really, it's a shame. It really is.
It is.
He's probably, as history goes on, he's going to go down as probably one of the worst presidents that there ever was. No doubt about it.
But
He let
I'm
many
gonna-
things happen.
For everybody out there, I'm going to defend him a little bit. The decline doesn't, when you have a mental decline like that too, you don't realize what's happening. And people were lying for him,
Yeah.
So it's not all his fault if he's truly in mental decline. And that's part of the reason why he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
But so that's all I got. So, all right, let's talk about the the ambush office.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, it was just funny that he supposedly had he did, the president of South Africa.
Correct.
And
Yep.
he kind of brought up a video because there's allegations in South Africa that black people down there are killing white farmers. And they had video of it, not actually the killings, but they had video of it, of these cars that were lined up on a highway with white picket crosses on each side of the car, and that represented the farmers that were killed. And there's also a record amount of white people supposedly leaving South Africa.
Okay.
And they say the country is in pretty much decline. And so he had the president in the Oval Office, the president of South Africa, and he was accusing him of not doing anything about it.
To prevent
And the
killing.
president said, "Well, that's not true." Blah blah blah. And he said, "Well, let me show you a video." And this is the video that he showed him.
Never be scared to kill. He is a white man. So these people, when you want to hit them, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man. Not because Madama and Suni will not be touched. They will be touched. No one.
Well, look, these are articles over the last few days. Death of people death, 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 horrible death.
So there you go. That's the video. I mean, and you hear this one guy who is running for office against the president of South Africa, but you hear him talking about going pop pop, meaning kill the white people, just go around and kill them.
Wow.
And you see everybody jumping, and he's in a stadium that probably holds about 50, 60, 70,000 people, and they're all chanting about killing the white farmers, and and there are people that are leaving South Africa, but the media goes off on Trump
Right.
about what he did with this clip, that it was an ambush. The same thing when he had Zelensky in the office, and they all titled it as, "Oh, President Trump did another ambush in the Oval Office." They did it. If you look at every station, CNN, MSLSD or MSNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC, NPR, they all said the same thing. They all had the same word, ambush. That's the new word. What was it? A couple months ago, it was he's a Nazi, he's Hitler. Just it's ridiculous. They always have a new name for the guy,
Right.
and it was just comical, really was.
Now you'll enjoy this part of what I'm going to say is I do not agree with having that in an open forum with the press and the cameras. If you want to ambush somebody, I don't think it's fair that he does it in front of the cameras and
Cameras,
everybody
right.
in the world. I have to disagree.
Hmm.
You're going to ambush if you're planning on ambushing somebody, you should not have everybody in there and embarrass this guy.
Well, he's just trying to be open in front of everybody. That's what he's
Well,
trying to do. I mean,
yeah,
he
but
kind
there's
of
a limit.
campaigned on that about he's going to be he's going to be open and
Yeah.
transparency and all this jazz. But I understand what you mean. But in a way, this president of South Africa, kind of deserved it because he was, I don't know. They say he wasn't lying. The left says he wasn't lying. The right says he is lying. But I looked it up, there is some evidence of white farmers getting killed, and a lot of people are leaving the country. White people are leaving the country.
And you know what you mentioned? Okay, he put it in front of everybody, and you said CNN, MSNBC, all those people are calling ambush, ambush, ambush. But how come they're not talking about the people they're killing?
Right.
They're not talking about
It's
it
called
now. And then they
make
play on
Donald Trump
words.
look
So CNN, MSNBC, they're talking about genocide, and well, it's not a genocide unless so many people are dead, and that's ridiculous. I don't care if they're killing one person, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they focus on the ambush instead of the meaning of the ambush.
Right.
That's the part I don't like. So
And he had a lot of people in the Oval Office. Besides having the president of South Africa, Elon Musk was there. He was born there.
that's true.
And he says that people are leaving in drones. They are. I mean, they're leaving. They're coming to the States or England or wherever.
Sure.
He also had Ernie Els, the golfer. He was born South Africa. A couple other celebrities that supposedly are from South Africa or have something to do with South Africa. So he had some people in the White House, and they kind of backed Trump. They said, "Yeah, these things are happening."
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's a good way to get the president of South Africa to move on it, right?
yeah, well, yeah, got to do something. Hey, do you believe, just a real change here, real quick? Another hot topic that's starting to be big: nuclear power. Do you believe in that we should be building plants? I mean, technology, I think, has gotten a lot better,
It has.
and I don't know. I just think that it's clean. They say it could be very, very safe. I mean, I understand anything could happen.
Right.
Something could happen. I understand that. But I think China and Russia, or I don't know about Russia, but I think China is building a lot of nuclear plants and getting a lot of nice energy, clean energy.
Russia did not have good luck with a nuclear
Yeah,
plant.
well, and that's what I'm saying. 1986. It is now
Yeah, it's way back.
2025.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I meant to ask you this. There's a video floating out there about how Russia has put up cameras in that area of Chernobyl
Right.
to watch
Animals, insects.
yeah, like what do you trail cams? And they said they can't believe, and now there's still radiation because they go in there with their suits on and everything, and they still say there's radiation, but yet deer are walking around, rabbits, raccoons, flowers are blooming.
Yeah.
Things are. It goes to show you that nature finds a way. It
Yes.
just comes right back. Here's a big nuclear accident,
Right.
but I know it happened in 86 and it's, was it 35, 40 years? I don't even know. Nature comes back. It finds a way.
Yeah.
And they do say, even though they go in with their suits, they do say that the radiation is going down, and
Down,
down,
yeah.
and down.
Be another 50 years.
Yeah, probably another 50 years, but it's amazing. Deer are walking around, raccoons, rabbits, they're not dying. Nothing's happening to them.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. If you really think about it, it's amazing.
My
you know?
dad told me about an experiment that was done many years ago. I don't know by who or what who, but they took a patch of land and put some animals on there and insects and
Right.
all that stuff, and doused it with radiation to see what would happen to the trees and the grass and the whole thing. The only thing that lived were the insects
Wow.
and the trees and the grass.
Yeah.
But you know, when we're gone, there's videos out there of what would happen to the earth after we're gone, and how houses would just get eaten up by nature.
Yeah, they
Just
would.
everything
They
would
would just decay.
fall down.
You know, these people
rot
talk
away.
about climate change, and I believe that there is climate change. Something's happening, but I don't think it's going to affect us now. I think it's going to be years and years and years before something happens. I love George Carlin's
It's
little
been
take.
exaggerated. That's all.
George Carlin's take on it. He says
Yeah,
the planet will still be here in 100, 2, 3, 500 years. It'll still be going around the sun. It's us that are going to get screwed.
Yeah.
We're going to disappear. Not the planet. The planet will still be here.
plastic bottles not going to kill the earth.
Right. Yeah. Plastic bags or
Yeah.
it's gone through so much in the last 500,000 or 5 million years or something like that.
Well, I mean, they've been screaming for how long since the 70s that the water levels are coming up
Oh,
and the
yeah.
ocean levels are coming
Oh
up.
yeah, they said Florida was going to be gone in
Yeah.
another year or two, and all this crap.
I saw a
it's
picture-
it's so ridiculous.
I don't know where it was, but I saw a picture recently of a lighthouse,
Yeah.
and they showed in 1970, I think it was, or something. They showed the water line where the water was coming up, and they showed today it's the same line.
It's the same.
The
line.
ocean's not
Yeah.
coming up, you know.
Yeah,
So
it's-
yes, I believe that we do affect the climate somewhat,
Yeah,
but it's only
somewhat,
1-2
but-
degrees in
yeah,
100 years.
I know. I mean, when Florida disappears, I think it'll be like 500 or 600 years from now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all talking. It's gonna. Al Gore was talking about it in 2000. That the world's gonna be gone in 2014.
We're going to get hit by an asteroid before that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
before
it's-
we destroy the world,
I know
we're going to be hit with a big rock.
right.
It's coming.
Yeah. Okay. They've been
It's coming.
saying this. This has been going on since the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, oh, the world's going to be gone in 10 years. The world's going to be gone in another 20 years. The world's going to be gone in 50, nothing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and going back to the nuclear plant, today it's one of the cleanest waste.
Oh,
The problem
I
is,
think-
is the waste afterwards. The wastewater takes forever they bury it in the mountain and you got all that wastewater.
Yeah.
But there was a movie many years ago, Jane Fonda and Michael Douglas,
Oh, the China syndrome.
China Syndrome. What a great, great movie. Now, for you guys out there that don't know what the China Syndrome is, I will explain it to you. The China Syndrome is a nuclear accident. It's a slang for nuclear accident. The reason they call it the China Syndrome is there are control rods that control the radioactivity, which, by the way, heats up,
Right.
boils water, the steam turns the turbines to make electricity. That's how it works.
Right.
So in the China Syndrome, there was an accident where it overheated, whatever. Now, if a nuclear plant has a complete disaster, theoretically, it could melt its way right through the earth to China
To China. Right.
until it hit. Now, that doesn't happen because it hits water first.
Right.
And then the steam comes up, just like in Chernobyl.
Right.
Steam comes up and pollutes all the air and everything's radiation.
Right.
But theoretically, if it didn't hit water, it would go right through to China. And that's where China Syndrome comes
That's
from.
where the China
But
syndrome.
watch the movie. It's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, and just to let you know, when that happened, it was right at 3 Mile Island when that happened. in
Right, 3 Mile Island.
Harrisburg, New Jersey.
Yeah, it was almost
Pennsylvania.
like the story of.
Right. Yeah.
You
Jack
know,
Lemmon is in it.
And
also.
it was a misreading of a
Yeah,
of
of a
water
dial.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
it was the same
Yeah.
thing with 3 Mile Island. So
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But
So what
Uh,
else?
well, Russia,
Oh yeah,
you know, I guess
this is a mess.
Trump is getting very frustrated with
Yeah.
Putin.
Yeah.
He just launched one of the biggest drone attacks to Ukraine overnight. And
I don't think the guy wants peace. I
no,
think
he wants Ukraine. He doesn't want peace.
Right.
He
He
wa-
wants Ukraine. I think the guy, you know, despite Donald Trump and his rhetoric and things like that. I think he's basically giving the finger to Donald Trump and saying, "I'm going to do what I want to do,"
Exactly.
and I want Ukraine. Simple as that. And
I'm
and
sure he's not happy that we signed a minerals deal with them.
well, that
And
was
if
a
he comes
strategic.
in,
That could be a strategic move. I don't know.
yes, I think it
I don't
is.
think it's over yet. Still think that something's going to happen, but right now, Putin is really well. He's been like this all of his life. He's been ruler of that country for 25 years now, and he just kind of
Yeah,
he's already taken two big pieces of land. This would be the third, I think, or
Where's
maybe the fourth. I don't know.
where's the term limits here?
Yeah, right. And yeah. Oh, you mean for him being a president?
Yeah,
No, they don't do that.
I know they
Only
don't.
the United States does that.
Yeah.
And some other countries too, but not Russia. But I know Trump is getting frustrated. I know he campaigned on this and said on day one I'm going to stop the war. I think it's it is Biden's war. Biden shouldn't have let this happen. And I still say because it's Ukraine and Biden's son was all involved with all these.
Absolutely.
There's something there
Yeah, there
that
is.
we don't know about.
Yeah, there is.
That there's
Something.
yes, something is there that we don't know about that that's keeping this thing going. And I don't know. Who knows? But I know the son had a lot of dealings with Ukraine and
Yep.
China and all that, getting paid and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other.
Look
thing.
it up. We're not making that stuff up. It's true.
Yeah, especially when I think Biden said he told the prime minister of Ukraine, I don't know, about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you better fire this person or you won't get your $6 million or $6 billion. And this is when he was vice president. And all of a sudden, the next day, the guy was fired. And Biden talks
Yep.
like he's a big, tough guy.
Yep.
And I don't know. Who knows?
So these talks are falling apart, unfortunately. I think it's something that I think Kiev accepted an unconditional 30-day ceasefire
Right.
in March or something, and then that
Yeah.
was shot down by
That was shot
Moscow.
down.
So
Yeah.
it was all rejected. So, you know, it's broken. He's bombing more than he ever has. It's like a record for him
Yeah.
to go in there and do this. So
Yep.
he bombed, what, 3 times in the last
Yeah.
few weeks. So anyway, let's pray and hope that, he comes to the table, and that's one piece of we can get rid of, Israel, Hamas. We're making a little bit of ground there.
Right.
50 some odd, you said it last week or 2 weeks ago.
There's 59 or
Yeah,
52
left
hostages left.
They were talking about it today that something might change, and we get a ceasefire and get these hostages back home. So
Yeah. Did you see Scott Pelley?
he's a 60 Minutes guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 60 Minutes.
You got young college kids, right? Their brains are still absorbing all this stuff, and you come up to a commencement speech, and you're supposed to say, "You guys are great. You can do anything. Powerful, powerful stuff."
Yeah.
Instead, he gets up there and he starts talking about the fear. Everybody's got a fear of the U.S. now, and this is happening, and
democracy's at stake.
yeah, we're leaving America in state of peril.
Peril and all this. He's at Wake Forest University saying commencement speech, and
That's where it was?
Yeah, it was horrible. It really was. It was such a stupid speech the way he talked.
Well, I'm glad to hear that he's taking crap for it.
Yeah,
Parents
it
are
is.
no happy.
No, they're not.
They were all in there, and there was silence. I
Right.
mean, students weren't even happy with what he was saying.
Right.
Now, we all know Trump's got a big mouth sometimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't say the right thing. But if you compare that to the commencement speech he just had for the military school,
Right. Military school.
I mean, listen to it. Just listen to
Yeah,
it. It was
right.
positive. It was uplifting. You
Positive,
guys could
right.
do the best. And blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And you got that idiot Tim Walz too.
Oh, he's another.
The same thing.
Oh, I can't.
Talking about.
I don't get it. I don't get what people see in that man. I really don't.
He calls Trump a tyrant, abusing power to prosecute, scapegoats and enemies, and
Yep.
you don't have time to say goodbye to your loved ones, and they're ripping you off the street, and how is people, and then there was a section there where he was saying all this crap and they were applauding him.
Yeah.
Well, think about what this guy is saying.
Right.
Every single day, the United States finds new ways to trample your rights.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know where that's coming from, but that was another one that was for the dumbheads.
Well, I think they're putting all this stuff out because the midterms are coming, and if they wear down the public, and keep saying all these things, maybe they might say, "Oh, let's vote for the Democrats to get him in the House so they can impeach Donald Trump."
Well,
You
I
know,
mean, you're right. There's a lot of young people that voted Trump, and they're trying to win the young vote back.
yeah, they're trying to get it back.
What other way to
Yeah.
do it but trash your opponent, which is
Right.
stupid to do in a college. I think it's ridiculous,
Yeah,
and it's un-American to do that at a college when you're supposed to be talking about students who are coming into the world. Now, we want these students; they're going to be taking care of the world while we're older.
right.
You know, new doctors, this, whatever they went to school with, and then you trash that like that. Doesn't make any sense to me. If you have any comments, please put them down, but don't call me an asshole. Thank you.
Yeah, he's now the new thing that they're beating him up on about the cutting of a lot of money that he's cutting out of the National Institute of Health,
Yes.
or known as NIH, and he's cutting roughly about 40%. And he's getting beat up by this. That these scientists are not going to be able to do research, not going to have the money. That's not true. It's really not. I mean, it is true that he's doing that, but I think Doge looked into it and says we're really wasting a lot of money here. We don't have to give them that much money.
Right.
It could still operate under what they get.
And I could be wrong, and if I am, please comment, but this is over a 10-year span,
Right.
these cuts. So it's not like he's just going to go in there and cut all $1 billion at 27 billion or whatever.
But you don't hear that in the in
No.
the media.
No. And so, you know, they're always going to take that one. Anything that looks negative really is what they're doing again. And I don't think it's, if there's truly cuts that are going to, prevent cancer from being researched, things like that. I don't believe in that, but I believe that there's probably cuts, like you said, that can be done.
Yeah.
Are we paying 10 scientists to stand around and watch one scientist?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But,
Sort of like the penny that takes 3 cents to make.
yeah, like the pennies. Save your pennies. They're going away. Yeah, how's that for ass backwards? It takes 3 cents to make 1
And
cent.
nobody has done anything about this, and this has been going on, and they wonder why the deficit's $37 trillion.
Yeah.
And this has been going on forever, and nobody's done anything about it except for this man that's in the Oval Office.
Yeah. But I'm curious to see how they're going to make change now at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
332. Well, it's 335. Nickels now, or 330, whatever it may
Right.
be. They may have to up. They're going to up it, right?
Right. Yeah.
They won't round down to the nearest nickel. So that'd be interesting to see, but they're going to stop minting pennies. But there's 770 billion of them out there, or something ridiculous. So I don't know what we do with them. Maybe we go to the pizza joint and get a calzone with the pennies.
With
Hey,
the
I need
pennies.
money, paper money, not
That's
not
right.
pennies.
Oh, from Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Oh, the best is what you did with the baby ones of us
Oh,
who
yeah.
are doing the honeymooners.
Oh, the honeymooner one.
with
Yeah.
the mom is a blabbermouth.
Yeah.
That's great.
If
you
you
gotta
guys-
watch. I don't know if you've seen this,
Nah.
but you gotta watch this. Here, play that real quick.
I'll put the. But Bill, as you know, Bill and I talk about the honeymooners
We
quite a
talk
bit.
about honeymooners.
So
It's
I did
it's
a-
my favorite show.
Yeah, I did a baby video, like all these baby videos out there, and it's on our TikTok channel. But I'll let you watch it here.
Yeah.
What's the matter with him?
Nothing's the matter with him, Mother. Oh, Ralph has got tickets for a Broadway show tonight. He's going with Ed Norton.
Ed Norton. Doesn't he know he's got a wife?
Mother, Ralph asked me to go with him first. But I couldn't because you were coming over to spend the evening. Anyway, it's a wonderful show. It's called Murder Strikes Out.
Oh, that. Oh, I had a neighbor, Mrs. Finley. She saw it. She didn't think much of it.
Really? It was supposed to be such a big hit. The paper said it's a very exciting mystery.
Oh, the papers, that's just a lot of publicity. All that to do about chills and suspense. And that nonsense about don't tell your friends the surprise ending. Well, it was no surprise to Mrs. Finley. She said she knew all the time that it wasn't the uncle who committed the murder. It was the husband.
You are a blabbermouth! A blabbermouth! You! Blabbermouth! Out!
Ralph,
Out!
That's if you saw that. You gotta know the honeymooners to appreciate that. Joe and I, we're old timers. We love the honeymooners. So that's
Yeah, that
something
clip
you want to
is
see.
pretty funny. I mean,
Yep.
we know him by heart. And we said last week, you get a chance, go to YouTube and look at the Honeymooners. It's
Yeah.
old stuff, but
But it's so good.
It is funny.
It's Jerry Seinfeld's favorite show.
Yeah,
He loves the
got a
Honeymooners.
lot of ideas from that, and you can
Yep.
see it in Seinfeld sometimes. You know, the Medicaid thing too. Everybody's talking about. You know, the cuts to Medicaid,
Yeah,
you know.
that's in the big beautiful bill that they're all saying that he's going to cut.
You know, they're actually saying that he's going to just the way they make it sound like it's just going away.
Right.
Nobody's going to get it. That's not true. Some of the provisions, like they have the eligibility test is once a year now.
Right.
He wants to make it every 6 months. Yeah, it's more of a hassle. But why do we have to give everybody everything?
Well, and the people have to have a job for Medicaid.
or could
not
have a
Medicare.
job. That
But
could have a job.
Right. If they get a job, they will get Medicaid automatically. But if they're just sitting around and not working and not doing anything, they're not going to get Medicaid.
Right.
Well, they have to apply for it and see if they get approved. But if you have a job, even if you're bagging fries at McDonald's, I mean,
Yeah.
you'll still get Medicaid. I mean, they're not. He's not taking it away.
Yeah. I think
But
he's looking
isn't
at
that a great thing though? You'll get Medicaid if you work. You got people working out there and they're getting Medicaid, and then they're
if
like
they're
earning
under
it.
a certain income, they get that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But they got to make an effort.
Right.
That's what this is about. So, but they're trying to focus on more waste and abuse, right?
Right.
And the other thing they're cutting is the people that are not citizens. They're not documented American citizen. They're illegal aliens or illegal people in our country getting Medicaid. That can't happen. We can't just give it away to people. We got to vet these people. They have to come in and be legal, and then they can take whatever they want to take.
Right.
I have no problem with helping people. You know, everybody thinks that Trump doesn't want to help people and he's cutting everything on all these people. We got to give it, it's like, just go back years and years and years. The big talk was insurance fraud, right? You got these
Yep.
people can, oh, my back, I can't work. And then they're up there climbing a mountain, you know, and the insurance adjusters catch them climbing mountains and they get arrested for insurance fraud. It's the same thing.
Yep.
If you're not entitled, then you shouldn't get it.
Right.
It's not just a freebie. It can't be,
Right.
you know? So,
We're also waiting for the Starship Flight 9. It's going to be going off at 7:30, right?
yes, we're going to cover that.
Yep.
We're going to kind of talk as it's happening. We're going to watch a YouTube video here, and I'll put it up.
Yep.
But we're gonna talk about it. In fact, we could talk a little bit more about that if you like.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned in one of our podcasts, I built a 1/48 scale Starship
rocket. Yep.
of this rocket, a 2-stage thing. And just so you know, it went absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you a clip of this rocket launch and separation. I launched a 2-stage. It was probably the most exciting thing I've done as a model builder.
Mm-hmm.
First stage went up 2,300 feet, separated. The Starship went up to 6,400 feet. The second stage, and you can see in this film here, you'll see it separate and take off even further. So it's a 2-stage. It was beautiful. Yeah. We got the lower section back under parachute. The upper section, unfortunately, traveled 1.66 miles because the upper winds were very strong and the main parachute opened, so it drifted it, carried it into the trees.
Yeah.
So I'm still upset. I can't let it go. That's just me. We had to hire a tree climber to get it out of the tree, and he just let it fall
You had to
50
pay
feet
the
to the
guy
ground.
to get it out of the tree?
It's $300.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a club, it's a guy that works with the club, and he
Right.
goes for everybody, not just me. So he took it out of the tree. It sat in the rain for 5 days first before we even got it. So all my electronics were destroyed. Then I get the rocket back, and fins broken all over. It's destroyed. They dropped it out of the tree. And the worst part is, I don't mind retiring a rocket if it crashes, but I had video not only looking up, but looking down from the Starship, like you're going to see on probably some of this video coming up.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see that separation
Yeah.
and that thing drifting away.
He's done this before on other rockets, and let me tell you, it is pretty impressive the way it works. It's really nice.
Yeah. And so, but that footage, that camera's gone. It broke off the rocket. Nobody knows where it was. Nobody picked it up from the woods. And it's really smoking me that I can't get that back. So, it is what it is.
And
It's,
you're saying it dropped out of the tree. It's probably down there somewhere, but the problem is it's private land, and they won't let you go on the private land.
yeah, I have to go during certain times when
Right.
there's another launch going on. And so who knows if I can get back there again, but I'd like to look myself to see if I can get it.
Yep.
So that's what it is. So what we're going to do is right around 20 after 7 or so, we're going to put up this this video launch here. This is NASA. What's it called?
SpaceX go for prop load for the ninth flight of Starship.
NASA Space Flight
Yeah.
is the channel.
Yep.
Those guys do a great job. So we're going to put their channel up. We're not copying their stuff. We're just going to put it up here, and then we'll talk as it's going to go up and all. All right.
Yep.
So hang in there. We're gonna take a little break here, but we'll be back about 20 after 7, and we'll watch this launch together.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that was a long episode.
Yeah, sure was. Alrighty.
All right.
Are we here next week? No, you're going away.
Yes, I'll be away. So we're taking a little break,
Right.
vacation.
He's going to be going away, and then for the first week, second week, I'll be going away. So
Yeah, but we're gonna do one that week, Thursday maybe, switching it to Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
'Cause you're back
I think
on
we're
Tu-
going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a show there, so we only have
Yeah.
one to miss. But that's it. I'm
That's it.
Joe.
Very good.
That's
I'm
Bill.
See ya.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Yep.
Thanks for watching and hanging in there.
So